Hey there, this is Sean with Blue Table Painting. So first off, hello. Oh, and thank you for using Blue Table Painting. We're going to take a look at your project and, you know, kind of as a quality control measure. So first off, let's take a look at the Lehmann Russes here. There are 3 of them. And let's see. So first off, there are triples of all the needed turrets. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of turrets. And excuse me, my cell phone keeps going off here. And okay, so here's how it works. So there are 1, 2, 3 different kinds that will actually plug in. And if you look at them, you'll see that there's a magnet on one side, and that corresponds to an interior magnet in the turret. Let me just unkey this one. And so if you look inside the turret, you'll see that there's a flush magnet. So let me show you how that works. Just put that in, and it will click on and have a good amount of pull there. And then it looks like there's a couple kinds of turrets here that will peg into the first one. And once there's primer and maybe even a little bit of paint on there, these will peg extremely snugly. Already they'll just stay in just a little bit, you know, like that. So so that's how those go, and that's pegging. So let me just show you one more here, how it works. So again, you've got a magnet on one side, magnet on the interior, and that is how that will work. Now, one thing I'm noticing here is that these are actually detached. And I'm not sure, like if you're supposed to glue those on when you get them, I actually have to talk to the assembler, but these are the casings that go on top of these. And I'm pretty sure that's how they go. It could be that he found that they were just a little too tight and didn't know if he wanted them actually on there. So I'm going to have to ask about that, but they are all cleaned up and ready to go. Okay, so that's the Lehmann Russes. So let me just rekey this guy here, and this will be extremely snug once you have primer on them. Okay, so now let's move on to the Wyvern slash Hydras, which, by the way, is a great model in the game. So you've got this back part here. This is not magnetized, it just kind of rests there, which is okay in the game, but you'll have to let us know what you want done here. They probably didn't magnetize it because there's really no central point that you can do that. Now what they could do is they could cover this with a metal plate and install a magnet here, and then it would still rotate, but this center part would be covered, and there's really no way around that if you want to magnetize that on. But as you'll see, there's some pretty strong but thin magnets on here. Whatever you do, don't click things on directly, because they will it can actually break or weaken the magnet. So anyway, so yeah, those are implanted quite smoothly. So let's go ahead and give one a test. I have no idea how this is going to go. I do recall seeing it being done at the time. So here's your 444 for your what's-its, and then those are your Wyvern pieces, you know. So here we go. So that's how those go on, and they actually center quite nicely. You may have to maneuver them just a little bit to get them on. So there we go. So that's that works really super. Now I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, those don't go in the middle. Thought maybe that would be nice. And these do tend to kind of want to scramble up next to each other, which is really just fine. So here comes the Hydra. The Hydra just sits on there, and this you do have to center just a little bit. And so we'll get the next one on, and see, getting these parallel is a real challenge, and it may be that you'll actually have to twist some of them to get them just right. So, all right, so let's get rid of those. So that's the Wyverns, and let's take a look at your, oh, hello. Okay, now this is interesting. All right. this looks like a crew from this here. I thought it was actually from the whatever it was, but so these are separate. I think this guy pegs in here like this. Yes, he does. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that's supposed to work. I think in fact, I think he goes in after. Yep, there you go. So yeah, I guess that's why that's not magnetized on there. So you know, that's actually, we could actually glue this guy on there, but then put the magnetic point where this peg is, right? But that really, you really couldn't paint this guy very well. So it's almost, I don't know, I guess we could do the magnetization here. You just let me know what you want done. And then, of course, the other crew, so let me just turn this so you can see. There we go. So, so you got 3, 3, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the little guy that kneels on the back. And so that completes the Wyvern / Hydra kits. Let me just set that aside. And so now on to the Vendetta, or excuse me, the Vulture. So first off, we have in this little case here, and be careful when you undo this, because these tend to lose. So you see there's 4 cockpit strut pieces and 2 cockpit pieces, and those go on in a very exacting way. Okay, so here's this. It just has the magnetized points on the bottom, and here's how that works. You just, I'm not sure which goes on which. I think this is interior. So they will flex a little bit, but they definitely go on. I think that, yeah, they'll go on either side. There you go. See how nice that is? And but do be careful taking it on and off, because I would imagine this might be kind of a weak point there, but there's really no way around it. And then of course your missiles. So that clicks on like that quite handsomely, I might add. And then of course you've got this part here. So that goes on like that. And I do believe it's your request that we just leave this, you know, completely undone. That's probably good if you're going to do like a specialty base. All right, let's move on and take a look at the Taurochs and the Sentinels. This is really straightforward and requires almost no exposition. So first off, the Taurochs. This guy here has this, hold on, let me make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, this guy has this piece like that just goes on and off. Has 2 magnets that keeps it straight and gives it a nice amount of pull. And this thing, you'll see a little magnetized point there, goes on the turret. Now, by the way, if it's off by just a little bit, it'll hang on this other piece like that and look crooked. But it does, with just a little bit of tender love and care, go on there straight. So now this piece here has the 2 turret mount options, and those have magnetized points in it, but you'll notice it's set in a certain way so it matches up. So now you actually didn't need the magnet for that. This will probably peg in perfectly just fine, but it is kind of shallow, so that will definitely help over the life of the model to keep it in good condition. And then of course the side options. They have a magnet that comes out a little bit, gives them a little bit of breathing room there. I'm not sure which way this goes on. Nope, this goes on the other side. So there you go, very snug. And then of course you have this other option here. This goes on like that, and looking good. Now the Sentinels, as you can see, they have all 15 of their options. 3 times 2, 4, 6, so 18 different pieces. And so there's a magnetized point here, and the pieces just go on like that. Every single one of them. Let me just try a few others here. So click. By the way, all the host points and the magnets have a polarity that's consistent throughout the project. So that is always a nice feature. So, and they will kind of go up and down like that. A little kung fu grip action. All right, thank you very much for using our service, and we hope to do more projects for you in the future, and we hope that it was well worth the wait.